different things. But if I had to have a philosophy, like in terms of fantasy football, I would probably it's more like a productive struggle the first year. As I would like basketball is a little bit different because at least with football you have a lot of picks. I feel like basketball some years the drafts are really bad.
Very true.
Not get some players at all in the drafts, and you don't want to have pick 10 in your dynasty league. You know what I mean? For like
hella late.
Is this PPR? Full point PPR? All right.
So we got PPR starting 3 receivers, not super flex. 3 receivers, 1 flex. 3 receivers, 1 flex.
Just gonna skip over Mr. CMC.
Oh, little Tyreek. So you ain't in on CD Lamb, bro?
I don't like the contract situation. I mean, he's gonna get paid, but Jerry is running a tight shit, man. And I just don't know if that's gonna work out for him, man. Dak ain't gotten paid yet. CD ain't got paid yet. They're gonna get maxed out, but like anytime they're away from training camp for this long, and how often do the wide receiver ones and the RB ones repeat as the top point getters for the year before? So I don't know. I'm cool taking Tyreek number 2.
I don't mind it. The only thing I saw for him, this is like that, and looking way too hard into this shit already. Only thing I didn't really like for him was the playoff schedule, but I'm kind of like the longer that CD holds out, bro, I might be like, you know what? I might have to move that down a little bit, man.
Yeah, I mean, and Dallas hasn't done anything to really get better or move that. Like I'm saying, like who's their number 2 now? It's like Jalen Tolbert. Like that's
Brandon Cooks is still there.
He's cooked. Where are you drafting Brandon Cooks? Like he's not on your radar, right? Like this isn't. He's a late round, like cool,
he's
like
sleeper. Yo, what happens? What happens though? Yo, Tyler, we gotta talk about this too. What happens if CD Lamb does hold out though?
Then I would say Brandon Cooks does probably have
sure, but like, and I say this all the time, like Brandon Cooks, Adam Thielen, like these guys are just wasted picks in the late rounds. Like, do not waste a pick on those kind of guys.
My man. See, Jay Hen is out here trying to advocate for Brandon Cooks as like a sleep.
No, like you're much better taking a shot on Kamani Vidal potentially leading the backfield than for the Chargers. Like those are the kind of guys you'd rather take the shot on, not these old guys that are cooked, truly cooked.
Y'all over here tag teaming on me. I see it now.
Do you think Vidal actually has like a chance? Because like, I mean, my thing is like Gus Edwards is probably one of those like good value guys that is going to get a lot of carries, but you just don't know injury wise. Like him and J.K. Dobbins is like, and then you got the new coach in there. Obviously, he made that selection. Like Vidal's one of the guys I was always trying to get like late rounds. It's like he's probably going to play at some point.
He's like 4th on the depth chart right now.
Let's think about this. When do we ever see these backup career backup running backs work out in a brand new team? Even if it's an offensive coordinator, Gus Edwards is a backup running back. Now, Kamani Vidal could be a backup running back, but we know this about Gus Edwards. He's no difference maker. And then historically, running backs coming off Achilles do not do well in fantasy football. Well, J.K. Dobbins probably cooked, unfortunately, at least this year. So that really leaves only Gus Edwards, and I think that there's a real chance Vidal. What if Gus Edwards tweaks his hamstring the first week? I mean, who's next?
But Tyler,
Isaiah Spiller is not good either. Like he's ass. He's ass.
I'll tell you this. You said, when do we ever see running backs go to new teams and shine? There was a guy out in Miami who led the league in touchdowns last year in Raheem Mostert. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Is that an outlier, or are we expecting him to run it back?
Be, but so is Gus Edwards. Gus Plus, baby. He had, you know what I'm saying? He had 13 TDs last year.
He did.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes there are outliers. And I think if Gus Edwards did succeed this year, he would be an outlier. It's just it's not even Gus Edwards that I'm believing in. How often do we see a workhorse running back go to a team in a system that is built to run the running back? Like Greg Roman and Harbaugh, that's what they do. These dudes run the football. So that's what I'm excited about. It's not like there's a game-breaking receiver on the Chargers, unless y'all think Ladd is him. Ladd McConkey.
I mean, he's been getting a lot of hype in training camp, but at the same time, I'm like, it's training camp. I'm not one of those that's like on Twitter, like, oh my God, he made a catch in training camp. Move him 5 spots, 10 spots. I round up my draft board.
Yeah,
but I like what I've read about Ladd. So like, I feel like he's a late round guy that most people, the average casual, probably won't know about.
But we're also talking about just like late round guys that you're taking flyers. Like, what is the likelihood that Kamani Vidal does end up leading that backfield, an offense that could potentially be decent compared to Brandon Cooks having 1,000 yards. Like, which one's more likely?
Yeah.
I think it's much more likely that a Kamani Vidal ends up leading that backfield than Brandon Cooks at this point in their career. Unless something happens to CD, you could say maybe something that even then, I don't even know if he probably will get it right around 1,000. But it's like,
so let me say this though. Let me say it a different way. What's the chances that Brandon Cooks is a startable asset versus Kamani Vidal, who's a 6th round pick, 4th on the depth chart right now?
What is startable though?
Startable during bye week. Startable during bye weeks.
But you can find those players throughout. Like, so what I would push back is, you can find those players throughout the season that are replacement level players. Wouldn't you rather take the shot on a guy who could be an above replacement level player in Kamani Vidal, who say he does lead that backfield? He truly has league winning potential. Brandon Cooks maybe averages 12 fantasy points per game, 11. Yeah. You can find that guy out on the waiver at some point in the year, especially a running back, to just fill in the flex spot. So like, I think that there's, once again, I don't know why the hell people bother taking Brandon Cooks, but I mean, take your shot.
No, it's not even about Brandon Cooks. It's more so about, like, why am I going to take a fourth string running back who has to earn a role as a rookie? Maybe he has a shot. When I can say that about damn near every single running back that's backup,
then what you can do is you just you cut him. Like, if he is 4th string, he's not suiting up. You just cut him, and then you pick up Cooper or Puka Nacua when you're just gonna be stuck. Like, at least you could take the shot on what if week 1, Kamani Vidal ends up playing 50% of the snaps. Do you think that he's going to be a hot waiver wire pickup week 1 compared to Brandon Cooks having 60 yards? Who would you want more?
Then you go pick him up. But if I'm out my bench and I have guys on my bench, say I got a Jameson Williams. Oh, that's my pick. I got a Jameson Williams. I got a Rashad Bateman. I have somebody already on there who has maybe a little bit more upside. Why wouldn't I take a floor guy?
That was the right pick, though.
What you mean that wasn't the right pick?
That was the right pick.
Who was it? I didn't even see who it was.
Jalen Hurts.
Oh, no.
Wait, what happened? Did I just get kicked out? What happened with that?
No, you're still in. It was my pick. I was on auto. I went on auto. We was over here chatting.
That wasn't a bad pick. Where did Josh Allen already go?
No, but to me, I don't know why I'm advocating for Brandon. I would take Brandon Cooks a million times over Kamani Vidal, who's probably not going to go drafted in most of these leagues that we're in right now, right? So for me, yes, I see your potential. You're like, oh, if he gets the starting work or gets 50% of the snaps or has a mega game, I can say that about any running back, though. I can say that about Will Shipley, Tyrone Tracy. I can say about Bucky Irving. I can say about any late round rookie running back, and I can say that. Am I going to draft all these guys? No.
So, but you mentioned Bucky
are not going to be starters.
But I think Bucky's interesting though because of the workload that Rachaad White had last year. Like,
they're all interesting. Bucky, Ray Davis, they're all interesting.
Yeah, why wouldn't you be taking? Those are the kind of guys you want to be taking shots on, not the 30-year-old vets that.
So the difference is, Jay just doesn't believe that Vidal's eventually going to climb the depth chart. You think he's going to stay 4th? I think me and Tyler on the tip of like,
y'all think he can start.
I think he's going to be.
I think it's more likely that he's probably not going to start. But I'd rather take the shot on that guy than no shot.
How long are you holding him though? How long are you holding Kamani?
Probably a couple of weeks, unless there's Kyron Williams on the waivers. Then I would cut him. Like
that's 1 week max. If Kamani Vidal has
how long are you holding? You're holding Brandon Cooks for the full season.
I'm not holding Brandon Cooks for the full season. I'm holding Brandon Cooks to be a flex at some point because I know he can give me 10 points.
You said for 5 weeks, so literally you're going to hold him for like the first 5 weeks of the season.
What else are you supposed to do with your bench? You can't only rotate players that have no value.
You want high upside. Like he's such a low ceiling player. Why on earth would you keep that man on your bench?
Brandon Cooks, I had no shares of Brandon Cooks last year, but I'm keeping that over Kamani Vidal.
Is this how he talks for dynasty or for basketball?
That's what. Yeah, ask how I do in basketball.
He keeps Russell Westbrook, although I don't know, maybe it could be valuable. I don't know.
Hell no, I ain't keeping no damn Russell Westbrook.
I'm really curious how the end of this draft is going to work out because I want to see these deep, low ceiling wide receivers that Henry's just going to be scooping up.
This is
why
crazy.
Is Travis Kelce going in the 5th round? I feel like I got to do it now. This is too far of a slide.
That's far.
Like I get that he's old. So that's like one of them where he's old, but like All right, until Patrick Mahomes isn't the fucking quarterback.
Now you want to take the old guys, huh? Now you want to take the old guys. I see how it works.
This is about to be the old. I feel like round 5 is old guy round. Amari Cooper, Mark Andrews probably about to go. Actually, Kincaid didn't even go yet. I probably should have went that way.
Damn, Lamar still there?
That would have been good to stack him with Josh Allen.
Mm.
What are y'all doing with what y'all doing with Houston Texans?
Let's hear a difference of opinion. Y'all know my opinion on this. So I want to hear y'all opinion on it.
I'm cool with Diggs. I'm just wondering, like, but are y'all waiting for Tank? Do you draft Nico like as high as he's been going? Like what?
Nico's
round 2, 3.
You got Nico. Where you have ranked Nico ranked right now, Tyler? Top 15?
Yeah, he's top 15.
Top 15. I got him outside, just outside. I think he's like my wide receiver 19 or 20 or something like that.
He's close to it. It also kind of depends, like, you know, Brandon Ayuk situation. I don't fucking know what to do with him. Debo, like, I have Debo technically inside my top 10 because I don't like,
because Ayuk.
That's if Ayuk is gone, like he would definitely be top 10. But it like those two guys are kind of, you know, messing up. Like
that whole area is crazy. That whole area is crazy. It's like rough. They're all like kind of similar. Like Debo, Ayuk are kind of similar to me. Nico and Diggs are kind of similar to me. And it's Cup and Puka are kind of similar to me.
Like those guys, I really, and that's why like the mid second round is just kind of like meh, because once again I don't see a big difference between those guys. And but personally, like I go with Nico, and why I like Nico is because I'm a big advocate of, like, I don't do any big brain, you know, charts and that kind of stuff because I ain't got time for that.
Fantasy
I wish
football,
I could.
like,
yeah.
You know,
but like a guy who does a really good job, in my opinion, is Matt. Hey, he's actually at Yahoo. Matt Harmon.
Yeah.
He does a great job with reception perception. I think it's one of the best pieces out there. And Nico was an absolute stud in there. And also, like, you go and look at the efficiency metrics. Nico was just otherworldly. And like when I look at it, it's like, what do I think is more likely to happen? The guy who's ascending, that's playing with the guy who's playing, you know, CJ Stroud, he's playing with a quarterback last year, already has a rapport. Do I think it's likely that he continues to ascend, or do I think it's, you know, a declining Stephon Diggs, who at the end of the year was clearly declining and comes in here and ends up being the number one?
Stephon Diggs declining, bro.
And the other big thing is average depth of target, which Nico is going to have a much higher average depth of target.
Are clearly exaggerated. He was a top 10 guy last year. He was over your boy Nico Collins last year.
Whatever. So yeah, I wish, you know, going back, already looking at my team, I wasn't paying attention. I would not have taken Malik Neighbors there.
I was literally gonna ask you, like, sell me on Neighbors, because I'm like still like Daniel Jones is.
I messed up. Like
who would you have taken there?
Damn, he just fucked me
Trey
up.
McBride. I would have went with a tight end there.
You like, so we talked about this before, Dan. I don't know how many drafts you've done. Have you guys ever done a lot of drafts where you're doing quarterback and tight end early? Because when I've done my drafts like that, I feel like I'm like, damn, I should have took a receiver a little bit earlier. I always feel like if you go quarterback or you go tight end, you got to do one or the other. You can't do both. That's how I've seen it go.
You're saying you've never gone quarterback. You would go quarterback, tight end
in the top 6 rounds. I haven't gone a lot of tight end and quarterback because I feel like both of those positions are deep this year, right? Like within the top 12. So I found myself, if you take an early quarterback and an early tight end, I feel like when you get to those running backs that are in that kind of that dead zone area, you get to the receivers that are just outside the top 35, it gets thin quick at both of those positions.
Yeah, I could see that. I usually don't draft tight ends anywhere. Like if I'm not getting like a top one, I'm usually pass on them, because like if you want a top tight end, you're drafting them in the first 5-6 rounds. Yeah, and you could have like great running backs, great wide receivers built out. Same with quarterback. Like you don't have to spend a top 6 round on a quarterback at all. Like CJ Stroud's still chilling here in round 7?
That's crazy.
Like, and we haven't even gotten to like the bottom feeders that can still help you. Like Jared Goff is solid. Like
solid, bro. I know, Tyler loves Jared Goff.
He's a beast. He's like low-key a beast. And then they got Jameson Williams now. Like
I wouldn't take him. It depends.
It's usually a backup.
I don't want to say like if I'm going in later rounds, like it's obviously for me like Jaden Daniels. I'm 100% taking him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But it depends. Like if I haven't taken a quarterback and Jaden Daniels off the board, and I like Trevor Lawrence as well. Like he's off the board, that kind of stuff. Then yeah, I'll take Jared Goff. Like those guys are off the board. Then sure.
Nice pick there, Tyler. Nice pick there.
I mean, shit, Joe Burrow, you still got Kyler Murray out there.
Yeah.
Jordan Love is still out there. Brock Purdy's still out there. Caleb Williams could be solid. Like, you really don't have to take a quarterback. But if you are, make sure it's a dual threat one.
The only thing that I'll push back is I don't know how. See, what I like to do is I want to get your take in terms of basketball terms, right? What does this mean in basketball terms? Okay, so the pushback that I would say is that yes, with quarterback, you're only starting one in one quarterback league, so it's not as pressing. But what, in my opinion, the biggest difference is like you always want elite players, as many elite players that you can get at the respective position. So when you have a true quarterback who's a true difference maker that can be the quarterback one, that's a player that can honestly carry you and have massive spike weeks that win you your week. So yes, you're taking them early, but like the one thing that you want to take with the quarterbacks is always take the guy with the rushing upside. Like there's no chance that I would take CJ Stroud early because he has to, throw for 40 plus passing touchdowns and 5,000 yards to really pay off. So like a guy like, I love Jalen Hurts. You took Josh Allen, which I think is a no brainer as well. So the only time that I would ever do that is for a guy that I realistically think can be the quarterback one in fantasy football. What's a position like? Is there a position in fantasy basketball that's kind of like it's either you want to?
Nah, you don't equate like that because it's
hard. Yeah, but I would say one of the things I was literally just thinking about is how to relate some of my content to in fantasy football terms. And like the one correlation I think is like, and I'm curious of Justin's opinion on this, is like I feel like centers are like the tight ends, whereas like there's plenty of them this year, but if you get the top tier of them, it's going to push your team that much higher. And it's really about the roster construction and the way that, so we're drafted on Sleeper, but in Yahoo, you have two center positions. The scarcity of getting two really good centers is really hard. Same thing with tight end. Like you can go for the Laportas, you can go for them, but then if you miss out, you're going to wind up getting these Jonas Valanciunas, you know what I'm saying? Nikola Vucevic, you don't really want, but he's solid. Like there's that mid tier where that drop off. But I'd say in basketball terms, I would say like getting point guards, like high upside point guards, is kind of that edge. Because if you can get the guys that can give you assists, give you steals, give you points, give you threes, give you the efficiency numbers, you're getting guys that win like 7 categories out of the 9. Not many other positions do that, so right? Centers minus Jokic and maybe Wemby, they're the only centers that really give you all of the stats across the board. It's usually because the ball dominant league. So
that center eligibility, that's a major thing, especially for like the power forwards that can do both. And so I'm always looking for like what power forward can I get that just has center eligibility, sometimes Sabonis, right? And sometimes it's even like what shooting guards. I feel like the position is point guard. That to me is like the position. If you find a solid point guard, it really separates your team because most of the time they have high free throw percentage. Their assists are such a rare category. If you can get somebody that's like 9 to 10, 11 assists, like that's a thing. They're steals. A lot of times the great point guards are like 2-3 steals a game, which is also another category that a lot of people ignore. Steals and blocks, the defensive category. So for me, I always try to find like high value point guards and then centers who kind of are outliers like point guards too. But yeah, man.
What about Trae Young though?
Love him this year.
All right, I have him on my. What about one guy?
Crazy. Like Trae Young should be going before Kevin Durant.
Nope.
Justin doesn't like.
He needs.
It's the other stuff. If he was Steph, if he was shooting 46%, 45% plus, not getting like 3-4 turnovers a game, then we could talk about Trae Young. But he don't provide no defensive stats, and he don't got no efficiency. That's when I become an efficiency guy. In fantasy basketball, I become an efficiency guy.
I bet you he's gonna shoot. We can actually. I don't even know if I paid up my side bet last year, but we can put on the tab. We can double or nothing. But
we good. Trae's gonna shoot whatever it is. We clear. We good. I don't know what it is. But
Trae's gonna shoot at least 45% this year. He's gonna figure it out.
What about A guy that I have on my roster who I probably obvious. I don't know. Amon Thompson. Can he
Man,
be
Thompson, bruh.
So good. So good. Is it the
Yo.
the problem with the Houston Rockets though? And don't mean to turn this into a basketball podcast, but bro, they just have so much depth that at some point I feel like it's gonna either push Fred VanVleet. Like this is probably the last season we'll see him there. So last time you'd probably be drafting him in the third round. I think his body's just wearing out on him. But then also with the way Reed Shepard looked, Jalen Green, we don't know. Like he could stay around, they may not. But if Jalen Green's out of there, like I feel like Amon Thompson, he's gonna go through the roof. But I would still hold him.
You say you're gonna do
I got it.
like Jalen Green?
His shit that like he's so good. He was like triple double at the end of the year.
Yeah, no, it was. But without seeing
I missed that one.
Back.
What?
Yeah.
What'd you say?
I said Dan was gonna paint his nails like Jalen Green, and it didn't hit. It didn't hit at all.
Jalen Green, what he paints his nails?
Like black, yeah, like hardcore black. Yeah, it was that missed. But
that's like every kid nowadays. I feel like, man, like I don't know.
Caleb and
I'm a Sixers fan. What's the dude's name that they drafted?
Oh yeah, McCain. Yeah, Jared McCain.
McCain.
Yeah, he's leading the charge with that, man. He's got the multicolored nails.
Oh my lord, this shit's about to get lit in here. Tyler, how you feeling about my boy Pickens?
Yeah, someone drafted him early.
I mean, I'm a Steelers fan, so I'm a bit biased, but you know, I think that he can have. Like I talked about this we've talked about this before as well. Like if I'm on the clock, who do I think is more likely to be top 5? Even though he's probably not going to be top 5.
Yeah.
But do I think it's him or T. Higgins, right? I would absolutely take the shot on a guy like George Pickens who could lead his team, who could have a lot of a high A dot, a lot of D targets, a lot of D target touchdowns. So like I think that there's a lot of potential that I would 100% be taking a shot on.
I'm mad at that. Yo, and with Tyler and Dan, high upside, late rounds, the only way to go. We're going to see about that. But you know what I'm saying? I told you, hey, for the first 6 hours of this shit.
We're approaching Cook's territory. So I'm waiting for you to hold. I want to see who you're picking.
I told you he was all right. He wasn't nothing special.
I want to see it.
I'm going to be real. With the first 6 hours of this shit, 7 hours of this shit, we had Prediction Strike come on. Prabat came on from the beach. My homie Prabat was with the fantasy guys. He came on from the beach. And now we have a full stream, bro. My boy Toomey is in the chat. What's good, homie? What's good? Y'all know him as a fantasy football strategist. I told y'all I was going to have a lineup of people here today. It's going to get crowded here. Real. How you doing, man? You on mute, dog. You got to take yourself off mute. Came in here. How you going to come in on mute like Beyonce?
Can you hear me?
There it is. There it is.
What's good? Toomey, this is I don't know if you know Tyler. You probably know Tyler. Tyler and then Dan Titus from Yahoo. So
what's good?
Yeah, man. We in here. We mock drafting. You have to get in the next one.
Okay, gotcha.
Are you drafting Toomey? Are you drafting Brandon Cooks?
Oh my God. How did this become a Brandon Cooks podcast?
I'm drafting cheap answer, drafting anybody at the right ADP, but I've not ended up with him on one team. I'm just not excited about it. Not gonna lie.
Say less. Say less.
Just what it is.
Oh my God. Somehow I'm becoming a Brandon Cooks guy off of this. I'm in this combo now. I'm becoming a damn Brandon Cooks guy. And that's not even my intent. Who would you take right now? Tell me, who'd you take? Brandon Cooks or Kamani Vidal?
I'll take Cooks over Vidal. I'm not a fan of Vidal, honestly.
Ooh.
See, that's the thing.
Yes. See?
Ooh.
See?
I like Vidal. I just think that it's one of those rookies I feel like we're getting like super overhyped about. Where like he's just he may break out in the last 3 weeks of the season, which will be important if you pick him up off waivers, but you can just pick him up off waivers. So.
Oh shit!
See me, Toomey, we locked in, bro. We locked in. I was over here defending and fighting for myself, bro. And see, it's like I just don't like Vidal, bro. I don't. I don't like him. I don't like trying to say his name either. It's tough.
Oh Jesus!
So we're gonna get you in this next one.
How's this draft shaking out? How y'all feeling about it?
So normally they ask me to rate the teams. I'm gonna let y'all rate the teams because normally they ask me to rate the team. So they get my grades. All my grades are like 7.7, 7.9. Tyler's rated some teams too, and he normally be like 7.3, 6.
Well,
6,
I'm more realistic. All right, I'm more of the Dave Portnoy scale where everything can't be an 8. That's just too high. Got to be realistic. Got to be like 6s. It's not bad, but it's not good. Certainly not good.
Toomey, I don't mean to do this
I don't
to
like
you, but
mine.
I'm gonna block you out the bottom of the screen while the question comes on. You get blocked out for the questions, all right?
It's all right. It's all right.
Dan, you think Paul George drops this year?
If he does, scoop him up because that's crazy. If anything, he should be moving up because he's going to get more. He's going to get more assists with Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey there. Easy 25-5. You already got the defensive stats. Like he should be a second, no later than early third pick this year.
PG, man. They not. I got a tough time with PG, man. Hello, Tyler and everyone. Pleasure being with you. Appreciate you guys, man. Everybody who's been here for the 12 hours. We got some people that have been here the whole time with me, bro. 12-hour stream is crazy. What's the longest stream any one of you guys has done?
Shit. 3 hours max.
3. That's me too.
3. Tyler, I know you probably done. You probably grinded before, right?
Oh yeah. There's one night I stayed up all night.
How many hours did it end up being?
Oh, Cooks is off the board.
See?
To be honest with you, I don't even know. Literally didn't go to sleep, so it was long.
You was doing that 24-hour stream like I did?
Well, so I tried to be a gamer streamer, back in the day.
Uh-huh.
And it was when Apex, I don't know if you know the game Apex Legends. It's when that shit first dropped. Oh my God. I played the shit out of that game, stayed up all night. But yeah. So I don't know how long it was, but it was long. It wasn't 24 hours. I'll say that.
Yeah. I did a 24-hour stream, and that shit, I remember doing that, being like, bro, the last couple hours, I was a zombie on stream trying to be. I was like, bro, y'all got to carry me. Kind of like, to be real, kind of like right now. Like, I was like, y'all got to carry me right now. Tell me, I'm gonna get you guys a link. You guys down to do like 12 or 14 team? What do you guys want to do?
Well, I got to hop off after this. I got to go. I didn't eat yet.
Oh yeah, get that dinner, bro. Trust me. I had some pancakes earlier. I told my wife
pancakes.
Made me some pancakes. Yeah, she made them for me. Dog, it's
good,
2:00 over here, bro.
Just getting pancakes served to you on your live stream and shit.
I was, but then I down talked the pancakes, bro. I was like, they dry, and my wife heard it.
Damn.
So I was like, damn, I caught some shade, bro. They was dry. They had no
nothing
syrup.
left.
Your wife caught us straight on your live.
Just trying to help.
Bro.
Bring me some dry ass pancakes.
Just cough them down, man.
Hey, yo, this bottle was full earlier, bro, but half of this was coming up pancakes.
Oh my God.
Yo, so let's get these team ratings, and then I know Tyler, I know you said you got to eat, so let's start off with the first one. Y'all can rank them, man. Go ahead and pick the squad. We'll just go 1, 2, 3. I'll let you guys do it in order.
I'll go. You want me to go?
Yeah. Handle that.
All right. Team 1. It's not bad. I mean, I probably would have taken one more running back, just have 4 instead of 3. But I think they went on auto pick at one point in the draft. I remember seeing them auto. But I'll say like a 7-2, like 7-3. I'll say 7-3, which is okay. I think that the wide receivers are all right. Got some upside guys later like Keon Coleman, Brian Thomas. But yeah, I think it's a solid team.
Toomey, you got to rate Dan's team. He's next, so go ahead and rate his team.
All right, so we got Hill at 2, which I'm fine with. Olave, I prefer not to get him in the second, but I'm fine with it. Henry in the third is solid. Allen the fourth is crazy. Kelsey, what happened? what happened here? What's going on? Okay, DJ. Yeah, man, that's a good team. I mean, the values, I can't get off the values. I'm gonna give him a solid 8.
Yeah. Dan, you got this one.
I love the first 2 picks. Pickens is your wide receiver 1. Bold strategy, but all right. I like Hollywood. I think that was good value. That was definitely a snipe for me. Love Curtis Samuel in the 8th. I'm gonna give this a 7.5. I'll give it a 7.
7?
Actually, no. That's actually good. I'll give it a 7.5. I like this.
7.5. All right, Tyler's. Toomey, you gotta do Tyler's team too.
Okay, Tyler. Let's see. I knew Jamar Chase was gonna go, but honestly, I mean, at 4, I don't hate that at all. Marvin Harrison, solid. I'm not the biggest Kyron dude, but I like getting him 3 and after for real. Hurts in the 4th. Yeah. This is a good team, Kyler. I'm not just jocking you. That's like a good 8-2. 8-2.
That team is weak as hell, man. I'm guessing it.
Them back end running backs. I'm like, hold up.
Okay, you go back to Tyler. I'm sorry, I didn't see the back end. I jumped.
Kamani Vidal.
It's fine. I'm not.
So you just saw Vidal on there.
We got a lot of rookies. I didn't realize how many rookies I actually took.
Dynasty fever, man.
Late season be solid.
Jalen Wright. Yeah.
All right, whoever got next.
Are you doing one?
No, I'll let y'all do it. They hear me
No?
rank teams. I've been ranking teams for 7 fucking hours, bro.
All right, I'll go.
Wide
I'll take
receivers
any kind of
crazy.
ranking breaks I could get right now.
See, he says wide receivers are crazy. I mean, I'll let him take it. I don't like the wide receivers personally.
So CD, we already talked about. Cooper Kupp, if he can stay healthy, that's fine. Keenan Allen, everyone doesn't like him because of Dunze, but like I don't know, I still feel like Keenan Allen's getting slept on. Chris Godwin, that's good value. Don't love Raheem Mostert. Tajay Spears, I like him over Pollard, so that's good. Getting Dalton Schultz that late could be okay, but I don't know. There's a lot of mouths to feed now. Dak late. Damn, he got Dak super late. I love Rashad Bateman that late. Jalen McMillan, we'll see. We'll see. I'll give it a 7. Give it
7? I
Yeah,
bet.
7.
Damn, y'all got that 7. I thought you was liking the receivers. Then you went the opposite.
I don't love Kamara, Mostert, and Tajay Spears. That sounds like you're gonna be hitting the wire.
That's right. Yeah.
It's crazy to get because you know what I mean. We be on the stream all the time. It's crazy to hear everybody's different perspectives on teams. So this is good. This is good.
All right, so I'll go next. So we got Jefferson. I mean, it's okay. 3 wide receiver league. The wide receivers, I don't mind them. I like Drake London a lot. I even think at that point, Tank Dell is fine, 6th round. I mean, I think that's good value for Tank. And Rome could be a late season bloomer, in my opinion. I like Rome a lot late season. So I think overall the team is it's solid. Lamar in the 5th round is really good value as well. I don't love the running backs, but for where you took them isn't bad. I'd probably say 7-2. I like that other team a little bit more though. The first one.
All right, the GOAT is up.
All right. Let me do this one then. All right. So I love Amon-Ra. It's just easy value. I don't like Debo, but if there's no Ayuk, I'm perfectly fine with this spot for sure. Mixon, Walker, good value running backs. I love Terry. People not talking about him enough. Demont still Hubbard. Yeah. I like this round around the squad. Purdy, if we were continuing to go, I would hope you throw another. I don't know if Jaden Daniels went. I love pairing Purdy and Daniels, but yeah, I mean, so it's a 7, 9, 8, 8. I'm a good grader.
You feel good about going into a season with Brock Purdy as your number 1 quarterback? That's
if I had
he's top 6 out last year.
Daniels.
Top 6 out last year. You don't like Purdy?
No.
Is that you being a Niner hater over there?
Not at all. I just saying
birds ain't do nothing.
I just think that's a lot of confidence when they may not have Ayuk. I mean, I think he's gonna have Ayuk. I'm just saying that you gotta expect some. I feel like CMC is not gonna have the year that he had. I don't know. The Niners aren't gonna be as nice as they were last year.
Honestly, if I hadn't been drafting Jaden Daniels and Trevor Lawrence every single draft today, I probably would have had one of those guys there. So
fair enough.
Normally I've been going Jaden Daniels right there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next
up.
up.
It out nicely. It's good. It's a good squad.
Hakeem, who's this? I'll take this one real quick. Brees Hall, Ayuk, Metcalf, and Devontae Smith. I like the core there. Obviously, we got to see what happens with Ayuk. And then James Conner and Warren at your RB2. I think that's a little bit of floor, a little upside. Andrews and Kyler Murray, obviously good right there on a quarterback and tight end combo. Bench, you got some floor upside with Sutton and Brian Robinson and Xavier Leggett-Tracy. I don't really like the finish there, but I think overall it's a solid team. I'll probably get this one an 8, 8-1. Only thing I don't like is the running back too, but you got 2 different options there. Only thing is who's your flex? Your flex is one of those 2 or Cortland Sutton.
Yeah,
yeah. Give me 7-9.
Warren probably. Yeah.
7-9. 7-9.
I'll do this next one. AJ Brown, Mike Evans, solid for Travis Etienne.
I sent the link to y'all too, by the way, just so y'all got it.
That's crazy.
In the private chat.
Calvin Ridley in the 4th round. What?
Yeah, that's a little early.
Why is that early
there?
Why is that early?
Come on, man.
Why is that? I got him as a top 25 receiver. I don't know what y'all got him at.
Okay, so who went?
I can't be there with the Ridley love.
Y'all see? Watch. We do this every year.
Who's
that? One take that I got my back.
I like him as a wide receiver 3 on this team. I'm just
you're telling me you take Devon, or you would take him over. Who went right next? Who's that other one? Go back to that other team.
Smith.
Devontae Smith.
So Devontae Smith
you're
taking
him. Calvin Ridley over Devontae Smith?
No.
What?
Debatable.
Debatable.
That's not debatable.
It's debatable. They're the same tier to me.
Come on. All right. If you think Will Levis is
give me
right.
hold on. Give me Devontae Smith prediction for you right now. What's your Devontae Smith prediction?
Like yardage wise?
Yeah, yardage, receptions, yardage.
I would say he's going to be easily top 20, which he has been past 2 years, and can be a back end wide receiver 1. Like he's already shown that to us.
But what's
So
that look like yardage wise? So like call it
1,100,
80.
All right, here's the biggest thing. Here's the biggest thing. Does things get better for Calvin? Like Calvin Ridley was just in the perfect situation, and now he's downgrading. Was he even a wide receiver 1 last year? Because he was a wide receiver 1. He led the NFL in red zone targets. Do we think that's gonna? Do we think it's gonna happen again this year? Absolutely not.
No, like, but you go to a team in Tennessee. He's the one there now, right? So he's the one in Tennessee. You look in Jacksonville, he was behind Christian Kirk. He was behind Christian Kirk and still finishes the wide receiver 18 last year. It's just everybody was so down on him. They're like, yo, he was bad last year. Calvin Ridley was good last year. He was better than Devontae Smith last year.
But he's going to a much worse situation.
He wasn't as consistent. I feel like
I think it's debatable. I think it's debatable. It's a worse situation.
Much worse. Like unless you think Will Levis is good, that's the biggest thing. I don't.
That's my biggest concern is the Levis thing. That's it, honestly.
See, I like. Levis. I think Levis is going to be solid this year.
All right, so this one. So I mean, for me, it's just like I love, but like honestly, for me personally, I'd rather have Jaden Reed over Calvin Ridley. So the fact that you got him later, I like that. And for me, Aaron Jones, I'm not a big believer in Aaron Jones this year. Like I just 29 years old, going to a brand new team. I don't like this offense as a whole personally, but overall, like it's okay. It's just you can always kind of find RB2 production throughout the year, and I think Rico Dowdle has a little bit of upside to him. But like for where you got CJ Stroud, just absolutely crazy. I know he's catching some hate, but like late 7th round is insane. I would say like overall, I think there's some pieces that I don't really like, but it's okay. Like I would say around like 7. I would say it's 7.4-ish.
7.4. Yeah, that's the line with Cooks in it, man. Hate to see it.
I didn't even see it.
Hate to see it.
What a waste of a pick.
This next one is dope. I give this an 8.3.
8.3.
So outside of Saquon, which I'm cool with, like I think this is going to be a great year for him if he could stay upright. But his wide receivers are crazy. DJ Moore's your 3rd, and then you get Trey McBride. I don't even care that Najee Harris is your RB2 because you got some insurance policies in Austin Eckler and Corum. Jaden Daniels super late with a backup of Trevor Lawrence. This squad is nice. Yeah. I like it.
Yeah, good job.
I'll do this one. Gibbs, Adams. Love these. Rashad White in the 3rd, I'm fine with that. If this PPR, especially Laporte in the 4th is amazing.
Stupid.
These 2 next receivers in PPR is great. Tony Pollard, I'm not the biggest fan of him, but it's fine. I think he'll be okay. I definitely was saying a different tune last year.
Weren't we all?
Nope, we weren't all. As I stand.
And then Joe Burrow. Yeah, the values here are insane. I'm gonna give him an 8.5. I love this team.
Cade, bro. Shout out to Cade, man. Cade's one of the OGs here. Asking how Prediction Strike was. That was a good combo, but man, we got some dope people in here right now. This is gonna be the last team, but my boy Cade, man, one of my day ones in here. That's why he calls himself Justin's dad, but he ain't as good as me, bro.
Justin's dad.
He calls himself Justin's dad. It's fucked up, ain't it?
Stunning you already. God damn.
Yo, if you guys want to get in the next draft, Dan, log in real quick. Get into the next draft. If you guys want to get in the next draft, I'm gonna post it in the Discord in like 2 seconds. Okay. If y'all want to get in the next draft.
Hold up.
All right, who got this last squad? Spear.
I'll go real quick. I think this team is really good. The only problem is just I probably would have went with, since it's 3 wide receivers, I would have went with another wide receiver a little bit early. I do like Ladd's okay, but I personally don't like him a whole lot in terms of a prospect, like college production. I'm just not a fan of. So I probably would have went with another, like maybe skip out on Pacheco and win a wide receiver there. But even where you got him is okay. Like I love Nico for where you got him. So overall, though, like in my opinion, one of the best starts of the draft is like late 1st round, just how you start with the 1-2 punch. So I think it's overall, I probably say this my favorite one of the ones I've graded. So like a 7.5-ish, 7.5.
God damn, you.
And real quick, can you throw that one up there, Z Money?
Which one?
His
Z
comment?
Money, Z Money.
Yeah.
Which one's Z Money?
His comment.
Z Money comment. Where you at, Z Money, bro? Why do I not see Z Money?
He says
right
Jamar
here.
Chase or Amon Ra. Like
Yeah,
this is this is a
Ooh, that's a
no-brainer.
great
Jamar
question.
Chase.
Good walk off. This is a
No
good
brainer.
walk-off.
Like a no-brainer.
I don't-
Jamar Chase, you're looking at wide receiver 1 this year. As long as he signs, Joe Burrow's healthy, like easy wide receiver 1 season. So just want to leave you guys on that. Because let me just educate some people out there. Listen, people that say that Jamar Chase can't be the wide receiver 1. Listen, guys, it's very simple. Is Jamar Chase one of the best wide receivers in the league? Is Joe Burrow one of the best quarterbacks in the league? Yes and yes. The wide receiver 1s have to be attached to elite quarterbacks. He has an elite quarterback. He's an elite player. No, we're Tyler Boyd. Doesn't even matter. Second year in the league, averaged over 20 fantasy points per game. There's last year, wide receiver 1 in targets per game. There's absolutely no reason in the world why Jamar Chase cannot be this year's number 1 player in fantasy football as long as him and Joe Burrow are healthy. None. So, yeah, there we go.
Boo! Boo this man! Boo! Now, Tyler,
right.
hey,
no, but I love
you, my
Amon
man.
Ra,
It's been real, dog.
Yeah, appreciate you guys. Nice meeting you, Dan.
You too, Tyler.
I'll be making sure comment on videos. Hey, Dan, who should I pick up this week for my fantasy basketball league? I'll be one of those guys. So, but appreciate you guys. Have a great rest of your stream, dude. Peace.
Yes, sir. Salute to you, man.
Peace out.
Appreciate you. Yeah, stream is hella live now, man. What's up? I gotta kick you out or what?
No, see you. I didn't say bye to him. I'm sorry.
Oh,
yeah, you're fine, man.
Peace, man.